Today's episode is sponsored by PayPal Honey, the easy way to save when shopping on your iPhone or your computer. Did you know it only takes a few seconds to get it? That means if you go to add it to your laptop or your iPhone right now, you could be done before this ad read is even over. I bet way before because I talk a lot, so I've been told by my husband. Honey doesn't just work on a desktop. It works on your iPhone too. Just activate it on Safari on your phone and save on the go. Now, getting Honey seriously only takes a few seconds. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting the show. Get PayPal Honey for free at joinhoney.com/BCC. That's joinhoney.com/BCC. Woohoo! Go BCC Club and go Honey. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them and treat almost every condition under the sun. Book an appointment with a few taps, tippity-tap-tappersons, in their app and start feeling better faster with ZocDoc. Go to ZocDoc.com/BCC and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/BCC. ZocDoc.com/BCC. Can I say it one more time? ZocDoc. I love that. ZocDoc. So fun.
Welcome to the chain.
And happy Pride from
you
two lesbians.
Yes.
Welcome to the BCC Club. I am one of your hosts, Kendahl, and I'm here with
Sarah Shower. And today we're going to be talking about just being lesbians and Pride Month in general.
It's a very special Pride episode. We do still have a guest on at the end. My mom has weaseled her way into this podcast, and she's going to be interviewed by Sarah at the end of this.
Yeah, the real focus of Pride should be our allies.
Yeah, exactly right. So she'll be interviewed today. Sarah and I are gay.
Yes.
You identify with that?
Yes.
I feel true to you? Yes. Me too. So
for this episode, we came up with this topic a little bit in a rush, so we didn't get to contact Mia about research. So this is going to be
research.
I did it. It's 3 pages, and it's mainly like talking about like our personal experiences being content creators, coming out. We're also lesbians, and we figured that you guys could really just tag along. We're going to debunk some myths, talk about our coming out story, as well as some scandals for rainbow washing, if y'all are familiar. But
Sarah, what was coming out like for you?
We should ask, what's our week been like first?
Okay. Sarah, what was your big gay week like?
I just want to tell everyone that I'm still in a little bit of pain from the last week's episode. I have a back heater on because I pulled my back and I've got to fart. Put some more gel in the back of my throat. Now I'm kind of choking. But yeah, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Great.
I'm good. I'm about to leave for an Alaskan cruise in T-minus a couple hours.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited. I've never been on a cruise before. Last week I went to New Orleans, which I'd never been there. I did a crab boil. Sorry, I said that wrong. I did a crawfish boil, which was very fun. Learned how to open up the crawfish and suck the juices out of the head.
Yeah.
And it was very fun. I went on a swamp tour, saw alligators. So I packed all my years traveling into this month.
Good.
So I feel a little tired, but I'm excited to adventure more.
Hell yeah. When you said I did a crab boil, I was about to be like, you watch Harry Potter? Sorry, but yes.
That's very funny. I never honestly thought about that their names are crab and...
Well, I don't know.
Isn't it Goyle?
I don't know. Goyle, whatever. Who
Crab,
cares?
Goyle, whatever.
Whatever. So what was the first thing that this is just a list of questions that we're going to talk about coming out.
Yeah.
If you guys are gay, make sure to sound off in the comments if you hear a question that prompts a really interesting answer from you.
And if you're an ally, find a way to donate to us.
You find a way to make it about yourself.
Okay, Sarah, what was your coming out like? If you feel comfortable sharing.
I initially came out as bi, just because I was not educated on girl gayness. You know what I mean? Not male gayness. Like I said, when I was younger, I Didn't know that girls could be gay. The only good thing about that is that I never got conditioned to believe that lesbian is a bad word.
Yeah.
I just never heard the word lesbian. I remember one distinct time at the end of the movie Dodgeball, the girl main character kisses her girlfriend, and the guy main character, Vince Vaughn, is like, "You're gay?" And she's like, "No, I'm bisexual." And I remember my parents said, "Ew." And I was like, what? And so then that obviously fetishizes bisexual people in that movie, but like I was like, oh, that like exposed me. But I came out like in like December of 2020 as a lesbian, so I was already like fully online. I had just given up this is sad immediately. I had given up thinking that my parents would ever accept me. I initially was like, if I'm bi, there's an opportunity for me to like marry a man and my parents will love me for that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Just looking at the past, I don't think anything could really change if they like me or not.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm a lesbian.
So do you feel like you knew you were a lesbian way before 2020?
Yes, I sorry, I've got tonsil stones and I swallowed one earlier and I feel them all shifting. All right. I'm just disgusting.
No.
I should literally just die. But
Sarah!
I'm sorry. No. I watched the movie Stick It like in 2009, and the main character was like a tomboy.
Yeah.
And she had like nice broad shoulders, and she was the skater, and I literally was like, why is the downstairs now wet?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was your first moment? You were like, oh.
I was like, there's something amiss.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what was it like? When did you come out?
I came out in 2018. I came out as a lesbian.
Yeah.
Very embarrassing. I did make a coming out video, which
You did?
Yeah, which I wish that
on
didn't,
YouTube?
Yeah, I wish that didn't happen, but it did. It's deleted. Well, it's privated.
Why did we not just make the topic of this week's episode coming out videos? That would have been so much.
Well, let's do a different one.
Let's do another. We're gonna do an episode on famous coming out videos.
Yeah, the biggest one being mine, probably the most famous.
Yeah,
no, I mean, it was embarrassing because I posted it. Yeah, 2018. It's so deeply embarrassing because it wasn't for the internet, really. So I had a YouTube channel from like age, 11, all through high school. I posted vlogs almost every week. I was very dedicated to it. It never picked up traction, if you can believe, but that made it more embarrassing because like the only people that were subscribed were in my hometown.
Yeah.
I probably had like 800 subscribers, which is pretty good for like a middle schooler.
Yeah.
And that was just like everyone at my middle school and high school. So when I posted a coming out video, like everyone at my school saw it. And it was very, it was a little cringy. And it had, it wasn't, I don't want to be too hard on myself. It was very sweet. But it was supposed to be kind of funny too. So I like acted out moments that I knew I was gay, and I had like my friends act in the video.
What?
It was insane. But so that exists.
Yeah.
And but so I came out when I was 18 after I went to acting school. I'd already known I was gay for a really long time.
Yeah.
But I was like not gonna come out at my high school. That was just not something I ever even thought about doing because it would just have been bad, I think. I don't know, maybe it would have been fine, but it would have just been a lot. It would have been very stressful. Even if people weren't exactly mean to me, there would have been a lot of talk with the parents and it would have just been a lot. It would have been too much. And so I didn't come out then. I just waited. But I kind of was a little nervous because I felt like I didn't know if, like I'd never had anything with anyone.
Yeah.
Like I'd never been on really a date with a boy or kissed a boy I'd kissed a boy in a play.
Yeah.
But that was it. So I think I was worried that I was like, maybe I think I like girls, but I like don't know. And maybe I'll kiss one and be like, wait, I'm wrong. Which looking back, I was so gay, but so I didn't come out until I had my first girlfriend.
Yeah.
Whose name was, well, I guess I'm not going to say their name actually.
Yeah.
Whose name was, here's her first and last name.
Yeah.
My first girlfriend who had a gender neutral name. And so I would talk to my parents about it for like months of us dating, but just using their gender neutral name and like saying he. So they thought I like had a boyfriend. Yeah. But they knew. Like they were like, the way that they're talking about this person is so bizarre. The way like they have no photos with them. Yeah. They're not sharing any detail. Like it feels bizarre. And so they I think knew that I was gay at that point, and then I told them on the phone and they were very nice about it. But my dad, when I was a junior in high school, took me out to dinner, just him and I. And he was like, I've brought you here because I want you to be able to come out to me as gay. Isn't that insane?
Yes.
And I was like, what? But I already knew I was gay. Like, I was closeted, but I fully knew that I was lesbian. And I was like, what? Dad, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not gay. Like, that's crazy. Like, what makes you think that? And he was like, I just have always imagined you marrying a woman. Like, I just can't. I feel like you're gay. You've never had a boyfriend. You don't seem interested in guys. Like, I just see you as probably being gay. So I want you to know you can come out to me. Like, you know, and I just kept being like, no. But then that whole rest of that night, I kept bringing it up. Like, I wouldn't stop talking about it, where I'd be like, Dad, why did you think I was gay? Like, what made you think that? And like, after hour 2, he was like, okay, I don't know. Obviously, I was wrong. Sorry. Like, stop talking about this. Like, you're not gay. I get it. And I would be like, wait, but like, seriously, like, what about me makes you think that I'm gay? Like, I couldn't stop talking about it. Sorry, that was a really long answer.
No, that was the exact answer to the question that I asked.
Yeah, but people were very nice. People I surrounded myself with very nice. I obviously had a couple people who unfollowed me on Instagram, but that was, I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. You want to know something fucked up and funny?
Yeah.
You know that option to block people on Instagram?
Yeah.
It says block them and any other accounts they may have or create. I blocked someone who was being a piece of shit to me. And then a couple days later, I was like, I'm not seeing one of my friends anymore. And so, like, I wasn't seeing their posts. And so I checked who I had blocked, and there was no reason for me to have blocked her at all. And I also haven't blocked someone in months. And I was like, her account was the spam account that was being a dick to me.
Whoa, did you confront her?
No, but I was like, why? There is no sane. I've been sober for a very long time, and I have no beef with her, but like, she was the only person that was now blocked with the spam account.
Whoa, did you already have like an internet following?
This was a couple months ago.
Oh,
yeah.
Was she an internet person or no?
No.
So you think just like jealousy?
I think she was just being a bitch.
Wow,
I know.
That is wild.
But I just want you to know, I saw it.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdo.
Man, were there ever any moments where like you were almost like outed? Do you know what I mean? Like where people were like, you're gay, and you were like, no, I'm not.
No, because I've had a following since like 2016, 2015, 2014. Like, so and I'm also just everything I think I immediately say. Yeah. So like if I have even had an inkling that I was bi, I'm like, guys, guess what?
Yeah.
Newsflash. I'm thinking impure thoughts. But like I didn't really I didn't feel the pressure to be outed at all. If anything, I just said way too much all the time.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah.
Do you ever regret that? Like, do you ever have a lot of things you're like, I wish I hadn't been that personal or like talked about that part of my life?
Trying to get sober the first time, because people are not nice to addicts. When you talk about sobriety, they take it as a green flag to shit on every addict in their life. That's why I have a very hard time bonding with children of addicts online. Like, I want to validate your experience with an alcoholic mother or father, but you were denied care by this alcoholic, and so you have a negative impression, rightfully so, of this alcoholic in your life. And now when I'm complaining about my alcoholic experiences, they're like, yeah, now they're shit talking someone else's alcoholism. And I'm like, that is valid, but that is also your parents, and I feel weird right now. But that's the only time, because when I talked about getting sober, people, instead of being like, good job, they would be like, yeah, alcoholics are like stupid as fuck, so I'm happy that you're getting sober. And I'm like, yeah, damn. But yes. And then also, oh my gosh, this is a funny story that I wish I didn't share, not because of it's something. Okay, so my reaction when I'm like overwhelmed, fight, flight, or freeze, is freeze, or like my brain shuts off. And so I remember one time I was walking to the store to buy cigarettes. I start smoking one cigarette, and I'm walking back to my apartment, and there is a man with a gun gesturing, not at anyone, but he's like talking to himself, and he's like gesturing with the gun. And I cannot walk around. Like, it's unsafe also to walk around. And so my brain shut off. Like, I know, don't approach him with a gun, but I have a cigarette. So I'm like, the only thing I managed to say was, do you want a cigarette? And so the man with the gun, he puts his hand out and he like gestures me to put it down, like, go away. He's like, and so I'm like, I am too afraid right now to flick my cigarette, but I have to go inside. So what I do is I put this cigarette in my backpack, and it's fully lit, because my brain, again, was shut off because this man had a gun. So I like run past him, and when I get in the building, I know that my bag, the inside is on fire. And so, like, it also burned a hole in the bottom of my bag. But everything, like, there was a small fire in my backpack. So I put it out in the apartment bathroom. And then I go online, and I want to tell people that this has just happened. Because it's a funny, like, oh, my brain farted. And I thought that they would be like, the main comment was, that's what you get for smoking.
Wow.
I was like... And then also a large majority was also focused on the littering. They're like, well, you shouldn't have littered. And I'm like, the whole point of the story is that I actually did not litter. I lit a small fire in my bag.
Man.
Like, they were so, like, they were more mad at me for smoking. And then the thought of me littering that they ignored everything else.
Man.
And I
that's bizarre.
Yeah.
If someone has a gun and you're next to them, to me, I'm like, no matter what you do, I'm like, I get it. You had someone holding a gun near you?
Yeah, I literally, my brain shut off. And whenever people are upset or like you're drinking or something, you offer them like a cigarette if you have one, because that's like a bonding sort of thing, you know? And so I was like, oh, offer him. And then, but yeah.
God,
That's
that is so annoying.
Yeah.
I'm always like, obviously this isn't like, you did nothing wrong in that scenario, but sometimes the way people come for people on the internet, I am like, why are you treating this person? Like there's this girl on the internet who always gets so much hate. She gets so much hate. And yeah, I don't agree with a lot of the things she does. I think she does things that are stupid and inconsiderate, and like, she doesn't seem too bright.
Yeah.
But she went viral on the internet, and now that's her job, and she makes like a shit ton of money doing this, but is the same person, like still does stupid stuff with her money, does stupid stuff in general, does dangerous things, does things that harm other people. I mean, she's just kind of an idiot, but she gets so much hate. And I'm always like, yeah, this is a normal person who went viral on the internet. What about this person do you think was going to be like saying really profound things about things going on in politics?
Yeah.
Why are you asking her to speak on this political issue? Why are you like shocked that she went and like did this thing that's illegal that she shouldn't be doing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, stop watching her. What do you think? People on the internet are just people on the internet who like went viral. It's like the one place where it's like, so like you can become successful so randomly.
Yeah, we're going to do an episode on being chronically online, but I think a lot of people online have low emotional intelligence and they cannot hold two ideas at once.
Yes.
They can only focus on one concept, and that's what oh my gosh, this is a sidebar, but I saw this girl, she was Indian, and she was talking about how Indian weddings, like the bride wears red.
Yeah.
And so she was talking about how if someone wore red to her wedding, you know, she would be like, that's messed up, you know, like you're not supposed to. And everyone in the comments, this girl explained how she is Indian. Everyone in the comments is like, I've heard of white, but why red? And I was like, all they heard was can't wear one thing to a wedding.
Yeah.
Did not latch on to any other information.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was pissed because all of these comments were getting thousands of likes. Like, oh, I'm sorry if I wore red too. It's like the context of this.
Well, people are so embarrassing too. This is different, but like they'll feel called out in a video. There's nothing more embarrassing than someone making a video. This isn't the embarrassing part. There's nothing more embarrassing than commenting on a video of someone being like, I hate when people do XYZ, or my mom was the worst because she did XYZ and it was really harmful to me, or whatever. And then the comments are all these people being like, now listen, I do that and it is not bad and I will tell you why. And then I'm like, you seem so embarrassingly defensive.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
if someone wore white to a wedding, obviously this is different.
Yeah.
And then someone's like, you shouldn't wear white to a wedding. It seems like a person who's being like, well, why? Because I wore white to a wedding and that shouldn't matter because I did it. And and it's like, yeah, you were wrong and that's okay. Just say you were wrong.
Yeah, like that's people are having a hard time understanding, like, so like when people go online and talk about like their parents being like alcoholics, initially when I did not accept my drinking problem, I was very defensive. But now if I see someone talking about how their alcoholic father was abusive, never in my life would I be like, hey, we're not all like that.
Yeah.
Because I know what this disease brings. So for me to be like, hey, let's prioritize me over you.
Right.
Like yes. But we're going to go back to coming out.
Anyways, yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dirla, and I am Kendahl's mom. I am a guest on today's Pride episode because I'm a huge ally. Today's episode is sponsored by PayPal Honey, the easy way to save when shopping on your iPhone or your computer. Did you know it only takes a few seconds to get it? That means if you go to add it to your laptop or your iPhone right now, you could be done before this ad read is even over. I bet way before because I talk a lot, so I've been told by my husband. You know what else works fast? Honey's deal finding abilities. Honey is the free, that's right, I said free. And if you're a mom like me, you love the word free. Honey is the free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best ones it finds to your cart. Imagine you're shopping on one of your favorite sites. My favorite website is this one star where I can buy little mittens for my cat. So imagine I'm checking out on my cat mitten site, and when I check out, the Honey button appears, and all I have to do is click apply coupons. Wait a few seconds as Honey searches for any coupons it can find for that site. If Honey finds a working coupon, you will watch the prices drop. You'll watch them drop, seriously. Honey has already saved me so much money in just the short time I've been using it. For example, I have so many darn fruit flies in my kitchen. I don't know where they've come from, but this year there's just so many fruit flies. And I'm like, hello, get out of my house. So there are so many fruit flies in my house, and I found this gadget that you plug in and it has a blue light and it attracts all the fruit flies. And I'm sorry if you're a vegetarian, but it kills them. I was buying so many of these things because there's so many fruit flies and my bill was racking up. Seriously. I was like, what is going on? I am not even going to be able to afford a house for fruit flies to be in. But I used the Honey app and it saved me like $20. Seriously. It saved me like $20. Seriously. I'm obsessed with it. I'm seriously obsessed. Honey doesn't just work on a desktop. It works on your iPhone too. Just activate it on Safari on your phone and save on the go. Now, getting Honey seriously only takes a few seconds. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting the show. Get PayPal Honey for free at joinhoney.com/BCC. That's joinhoney.com/BCC. Woohoo! Go BCC Club and go Honey. Hello there, everybody. Once again, my name is Darla. I am Kendahl's mom, and I am a guest on today's episode because this episode is all about pride. Today's episode is sponsored by ZocDoc. Oh my gosh, I have so many health issues. I've got arthritis. I have GERD from stress. I will stew about my health problems for years before I go to the doctor because I am so busy. I'm a mom. We all get it. I'm a mom. I'm going to soccer games. I'm going to orchestra practice. When am I going to go into the doctor? Never. That's the answer. I never go. It's so bad. I've got to get a mammogram. Seriously. Then I hear about ZocDoc because I listened to this podcast and they were talking about ZocDoc. ZocDoc. And I said, okay, I'm going to try it. Oh my gosh, it has been incredible. So it's hard for me to find a doctor that I'm like, okay, I'm listening. You know more than I do. I'm annoying in that way. But when I go on ZocDoc, I truly find quality doctors who focus on me, listen to me, and prioritize my care. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them and treat almost every condition under the sun. How good does that sound? Almost too good to be true. Well, guess what? It's not too good to be true. It's real. It's ZocDoc. When you are not feeling your best and just trying to hold it together, finding great care should not take up all your energy. That's where ZocDoc comes in. Using their free app that millions of users rely on, you can find the right doctor that meets your needs and fits your schedule. Book an appointment with a few taps, tippity-tap-tappersons, in their app and start feeling better faster with ZocDoc. Go to ZocDoc.com/BCC and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/BCC. ZocDoc.com/BCC. Can I say it one more time? ZocDoc. I love that. ZocDoc. So fun.
What's a
moment in our lives
I think
where
we both
should have known we were gay?
I should have known I was gay when I watched Stick It.
I should have known I was gay when I was suspended from my preschool for making a line of girls take their pants off and show me their butt.
What? Really?
Or I was sent home that day. I got in big trouble. Well, me and this one girl had a thing we would do every day where we would at lunch go under the slide and we would take our pants off and show each other our butts. And we got a couple other girls involved, and I had already gotten a warning. My teacher, I was in kindergarten. The teacher pulled me aside and was like, you cannot do that. That's inappropriate.
Yeah.
That's not acceptable. And that I continued. And it was so crazy is that I was I don't know if this is also, I don't think I should have known I was a lesbian. I think this is mostly just kids being curious about like people's bodies. I don't think I was like horny for, I wasn't being like, I want to see her. I think we were just all like fascinated by it. But I was such a rule follower as a kid. So the fact that I disregarded that shows how much I was like, I have to do this.
Yeah.
And we kept going under the slide. And then, a boy in my class who I still remember his name, and he was not nice to me. He saw that we were doing it and he knew I was going to get in trouble, and he went and he told the teacher, and I got sent home, and my mom picked me up and I was like hyperventilating, crying. And she was like, what? I've never seen Kendahl like this. She won't even tell me what happened. Like, because I was so ashamed. I was like so embarrassed.
Yeah.
And she had to take me into my kindergarten teacher and be like, what did she do?
Yeah.
The woman was like, she's making girls take her pants off so she could look at their butt.
Interesting.
So there we go. That's one thing that happened, but mostly probably the fact that I didn't like boys ever.
Yeah.
I think I just continued to be like people would be like, why don't you like boys? And I would be like, I'm just not. I mean, I would be like a sophomore in high school, and I would be like, I'm just not into them yet. You know, it's coming. I'm just busy. I'm really busy with like student council, and it's just like hard to. And then they'd be like, who's your celebrity crush? And I would always say the same thing. It's so funny because I feel like when we were growing up, even I know that I was in high school not too long ago.
Just say it.
Even back then.
Yeah.
Being gay was just not really talked about that much. So I could say things like, what I would say was, I don't have any celebrity crushes, but I have a lot of girl celebrity crushes.
Yeah.
And I, at 16, wasn't like, that makes me gay. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just like, I happen to think these girls are like, I'd want to be friends with them. Like, but I have no guy celebrity crushes. And I would rattle off a list of like 60 women that I thought were hot. And it wasn't just me. None of my friends were like, oh, you're probably gay. It just was not. We were like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyways, was that first story weird to tell? That
No, it's relevant. I would say I was dating guys, but I should have known when I was gay when I would have my girlfriends like talk to me about how horrible their boyfriend was, and genuinely in my mind I was confused as to why they didn't just pick another one. Like I was like, just pick another one.
Yeah.
And like not like I didn't consider that they had like actual emotions for them.
Yeah.
I was like, you can get all boys are the same.
Yeah.
That's the invert. I should have realized then. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I feel like there's so many moments. I'm trying to think of one more. I don't know. There were so many. I was like I looked gay too. I wore like Bermuda shorts and a collared shirt, and I wore Crocs every day to school until I was like too old to be doing that. But it's a really beautiful world when you're like, I don't care what other people, like being gay as a kid, you're just like, I don't care what anybody thinks of me because I'm not going to date a girl. I'm not even thinking about dating girls, but I'm also definitely not going to date a guy, and I don't care what guys think about me.
I cared so deeply what everyone thought about me. I wanted to be the prettiest, skinniest, because I'm still like person in the world, because I didn't get a lot of love at home. So I wanted to be in the real world. I wanted to be someone who people gravitated towards.
Yeah.
And so like if I could go back in time now and parent myself, I feel like I'd let myself be a little bit more weird or look a bit weirder, wear more vests. But at the time, I could not stand the idea of also being rejected in the real world.
Yeah.
That I was like, I'm going to do everything right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sad. Yeah. Because I feel like I did have I had these pants that everyone in my family called the ugly pants because they were the ugliest pants ever. Mm-hmm. And I remember being like, I would wear them almost every day. I was obsessed with them, and everyone would be like, those pants are so ugly. Like all my siblings were like, those pants are fucking terrible. Like take those fucking pants off. But I wore them all the time. And I think I really just was like, and I wish I still had this in me, but almost like a refusal. Like I felt joy from like going against what people thought was cool. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I was very much like, everyone thinks these are so ugly, so I'm going to fucking wear them. But I think if I had any part of my brain that was like, also I'm going to school to like see guys I have a crush on, I would never have done things like that.
Yeah.
Which was nice. Or like in high school, dating was just not a part of my life because I was gay. And so I just like focused fully on improv. Like things like that where I'm like, some people were having like breakups in high school and like having sex in high school, which is insane to me because the thought of me having sex in high school is like feels crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful that I like waited to do all of that after high school because it was so dramatic and intense. And I didn't have that, in high school.
Had a lot of sex in high school.
Yeah, most people did. I didn't know that because my friend group did not do that.
Yeah.
And when I hear everyone now tell stories about high school, they're like, I was getting a blowjob behind the drum. I'm like, that's insane. I was literally, me and all of my friends, who most of them now are gay, I would say almost all of them are gay now, like, we did not even kiss people. Like, we were not having things with people. It's like why I never went to parties, too, because, like, I think most people go to parties. Maybe this is wrong, but it felt kind of like, well, you go to parties because you're flirting with guys and you get drunk and you're like, you know, ooh, are we going to make out or have sex, whatever. But that was just, I didn't understand why people liked parties because I was like, well, I could just talk to my friends sober or like drink. Like we would drink, but like just the five of us hanging out. We can chat. So I'm like, why would I go to a party where I'd just be talking to my friends, but like in a big, like surrounded by a lot of people who scare me? Yeah. But I'm like, oh, probably because those people wanted to have sex with each other. Yeah. And I just wasn't even processing that was a thing that people were doing.
Yes.
Like I would get, if you told senior, if I was a senior in high school, that's so embarrassing. That's not even that long ago. It's like 5 years ago. Senior in high school, people would be like, oh, this person had sex. And I would be like, yeah. Like I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's crazy. You had sex? Mm-hmm. Anyways, I was a loser, but I liked
I was a loser in my own way, and then I had no sense of self. But so we're gonna debunk we're gonna talk about some lesbian frequently asked questions, myths. Every person who's watching this is some variation of gay. So for all of you who don't know out there, meanwhile, we got like, they're like 35 and they're like, we're definitely lesbians.
Yeah. What is it like? That's such a funny question to put in this.
I said, what's dating as a lesbian like? You would be surprised. I've been on a lot of podcasts recently where they're like, what's it like to be a lesbian? So I guess I'm going to explain it to all you lesbians out there.
Man, what do you think?
It's,
exhilarating.
Here's the thing. Whenever incels are like, they're talking about how hard it is to get a girlfriend, I'm like, yeah, dude. When the day and night difference from switching over to straight Bumble to gay Bumble, like there's maybe like 5 women who match with you on like gay Bumble, as opposed to like if I went on straight Bumble right now, I would get like 200 matches. Yeah. Like, so I understand like how incels feel.
But you know why? Because they're just looking at photos.
They are.
I swear, when I was on dating apps, I would read every single profile top to bottom and be like, well, they're into this, but I'm kind of into that, but maybe that would clash because we're both into, like, I took it so seriously. Yeah. So you got less matches, but when you'd get a match, you usually would go on a date.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I was a little bit harsh on dating apps because it's so hard to be genuinely funny on a dating app. And I was so critical of humor and how people utilized it.
Yeah. Well, you just shouldn't be using humor on your dating apps, to me. I'm like, nobody needs that. Because I would get so tired of feeling like DMing people was like I was like pitching jokes out. Like, you're like, okay, what's the first thing I should say? I got to make a joke about one of their prompts. And it's like, what is this?
I think if you're going to do a joke on a dating app, don't do it unless it's like a 10 out of 10 like text joke and it can be delivered in 2 sentences, do it. But don't overload it. Unless you're doing a bit throughout your entire dating app, you have to do it throughout the entire profile. Or if you're going to try to be funny, communicate that you are funny, only one funny picture of you, okay? Like, we don't need all or nothing. Like, that's what I mean.
Yeah. And I think try to show you all your interests. This is just advice now. I never found love on a dating app, but I do feel like you shouldn't post, like, some people have like 8 selfies. I'm like, yeah, I got it. Like, I get what you look like.
I know that the comments are going to be like, some of us don't have friends.
Take our photo.
But I get that.
But I'm like, then just put one photo. Just put one selfie. Or you're putting 8 selfies of you in the same room. There'll be people I would see on dating apps where they would have like a mirror selfie, like 8 mirror selfies, different days, but same mirror.
They're just in a fun house.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like,
you look different angles.
You look terrible. You're in a funhouse mirror. You look bizarre. Anyways, I just,
I think I've met like 3, 4 of my exes that are not men, on dating apps.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you go on a lot of dates whenever you?
Oh, I went on a lot of dates. Like I used to be a bit of a slut, because I wanted to like gain like lesbian slut experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's hard to gain lesbian slut experience because I do find that most of them. This is a generalization. For me, it was like this.
Yeah.
I had a hard time not really liking someone. Like if I went to sleep with them, maybe this is because I'm a germaphobe a little bit. Like I have some germ issues. But if I like you enough to sleep with you, I probably like you enough to date you.
Okay.
So most of the time I would be like, I want to be with you. It was really hard for me to not want to date someone that I slept with.
Yeah, I found that I was sexually liberated the less I knew about someone. Because like if you're gonna hook up with someone, you can get weirder and grosser because you think you're never gonna see him again.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I get more tame the longer I date someone because I'm like, I want you to respect me. You know what I mean? But
yeah, yes, 100%. Well, also because there's so much more there. It's not just like so many of like, if I would sleep with someone after a first date, it would be like all you've ever seen me is like being kind of cool. Not cool, but like my best foot forward.
Yeah.
Like not even I've not done anything too weird. So when we're having sex, it's like this is all you can think of me as. But sometimes when you've had a long-term partner and you're like having sex, you're like, it's hard to not worry that you're thinking about me like pantsless on the toilet doing like a squirrel voice for you.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
And then that pops into your brain and you're like, I can't like do a sexy voice for you. Like right now.
I am, backpedaling to what you said about like, you've only been cool in front of this person. Mm-hmm. I remember I went on a couple dates with like girls and I would drink a lot on the first date. And there was this one lesbian who was a bit more seasoned. And she was like, be honest with me. Are you getting drunk because you're not actually gay and you need to build up some courage to like do something with me? And I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am an alcoholic, and that is why I'm getting drunk right now. Like,
what'd she say?
It was. I don't remember.
That makes sense.
But we
you said I was blackout drunk. I do not know.
But we messed with each other's boobies in the car afterward.
Boobers.
She was, and I should have been more offended, but I was like, no, dude, I am in a program that I'm failing at.
That is so funny, man. Well, you're in a relationship. What's it like?
Well, Naomi identifies as queer, I believe, not as a lesbian, but it's really cool.
This question is so funny to me. I don't know why.
What's it like dating Naomi? What's it like dating your partner?
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great, but it's so, I will say, I even asked my partner the other day, because they, had dated men in the past. They identify as lesbian, but they had, and I was like, I know this is kind of a weird gendered question, but like, is it different dating men and women?
Yeah.
And they were like, no, it's the exact same. And I do feel like you can date I feel like the worst man I could picture in my brain, there is 100% an equivalent of a woman to that man.
Yeah.
Of course, there's differences between like how they were socially raised.
Yeah.
But I think like the type of men I would date in an alternate universe maybe are more aware. Do you know what I mean? But it's like the same issues. I mean, you know better than I've never dated a man. But do you feel like that was true for you or no?
I chose. There's only one guy. 1.5 guys in my past that I truly believe they're dickwads. For the most part, I chose very nice boys because I was like, they're going to treat me nice. Like
probably because you were like, I'm not attracted to you. You're hot, and you're like, I'm not really like. I think when you date someone that's like an asshole, sometimes you're like, well, I was really attracted to them. Yeah. And I'm like, feel a lot for them. So I'm going to let go of all these terrible things. Whereas if you're gay and you're dating a man, you're like, if you're like a gay woman dating a man, you're like, well, all I have is enjoying time with you.
No, yeah.
So you have to be nice.
Yeah, like I had an ex-boyfriend make out with a girl at a bar and my friend sent me videos of it. And literally my only reaction was, damn. It didn't set off like a fire.
Yeah.
Like if I watched my partner now, if I watched Naomi make out with someone right now, literally would shit my pants. I would literally be inconsolable. Yeah. I'd relapse. No, I'd be fine. I'd take an Ativan.
But that's like why I used to break up. So I did have boyfriends in like middle school. Mm-hmm. but they were not real relationships. Like they were one of my best friends to this day is my boyfriend from when I was in middle school. And so there was nothing romantic happening. Sometimes we would hold hands if we were like on the bus on a field trip and everyone was like, hold each other's hands.
Yeah.
But we were way too old for it. We were in like 8th grade. There were once again people having sex who were in my grade. And then there was me who like could not bring myself to hold someone's hand. And I was writing in my journal every day being like, we held hands today on July 16th and it was the greatest day of my life. It was just so young at such an old age. But when I would break up with these people, I felt literally zero emotion. And I think it made me seem like such an asshole because I truly didn't understand. And my middle school boyfriend, because I think at that age, you assume, well, if I'm feeling nothing, they have to be feeling nothing. Like, this breakup isn't hard for me. Why would it be hard for them? But I broke up with a middle school boyfriend I had of 3 years.
Yeah.
We were together 5th, 6th, and 7th grade together. We, once again, we were friends. Like, we really did hang out, but we never went on dates or anything like that. And I sent my friend Sophia to go break up with him for me.
Yeah.
Just like on a day, random day. I wasn't even like going into that school day being like, today's the day I'm going to break up with him. I just was like bored at lunch and was like, I want to stir the pot.
Yeah.
I feel like I was like, I'm going to break up with this guy. And so I was like, Sophia, go tell him that I'm breaking up with him. And he was so upset.
Yeah.
And was very confused. And I remember my other friend's mom pulled me aside like after school one day and was like, Kendahl, we need to talk about like being respectful to people.
Yeah.
Like you can't just like send someone to break up with your boyfriend of 3 years. And I remember being like, this bitch is crazy.
Yeah.
What? Like I remember being like, why? Like it's fine. Like I just didn't understand that like people felt sad about breakups. Like I was just like, we're not dating. What's even the difference now? There's no difference. Who cares?
Yeah.
But obviously if I was a woman, I probably would be like, but then I'd have like friend breakups and be like incapacitated on the floor of my bathroom with like my other girlfriends and be like, why do I feel like I need to take my whole body and put it inside out and shoot myself? That's how I felt. So
I get that. I had a boyfriend in high school where I realized he was just so stupid that I broke up with him by saying, you are literally too stupid to date. And what my family had that whole like a phone number thing where like every phone number is like just one number like different. And so I had to change my phone number because him and his friends kept calling me so much. So I literally just changed my phone number. But we broke up because he was too stupid to date.
Man, been there.
But the idea of, I mean, I'd have to be done with someone, like with a woman, for me to say out loud,
too stupid to date.
You are too stupid to date. That would actually, I don't think I would ever say that now.
Man. Yeah, you've only said it to me a couple, you've been like, Kendahl, you're too stupid to do this podcast with. I can't do it. You can't read. No one told me before that you couldn't read. I would have fucking chose someone else.
I wrote, how is the world different for lesbians? I was truly grasping at straws.
No, you did great. I'm just saying what's dating a lesbian like was so funny. It makes you seem like not a lesbian who's like a child asking their mom like what's it like.
Well, I mean, everyone knows everything about gay dudes. I feel like when it comes to lesbians, love you gay guys, like, but well, actually they don't, but like you're more familiar with like male gayness.
Yeah.
So like when it comes to like female gayness, or like less male centered gayness, everyone's like, so what happens?
Yeah. Like I feel so separate from. Because I'm like, I used to be like, here's what it's like being a lesbian in the world. But I do feel like, I was thinking about this yesterday. I was like, I don't have any straight people in my life.
Yeah.
Like, not by choice. Not like I'm only friends with you. It's just like so happened that I feel like, maybe it's that I live in LA or that I do comedy for a living. But I feel like most of my close friends, besides a couple people, are gay. And so I don't ever feel like, and then I have a couple straight friends, but I feel like they usually feel like the minority. Like they're kind of like, I shouldn't speak. I shouldn't, I shouldn't say this because I'm in a room with a bunch of gay people. Whereas it's like, so I'm like, I don't know. It feels just fully normal to me.
Yeah. I don't really have a lot of straight friends. I met this cool girl at a bar that I wanted to be friends with, and we went like thrift shopping, and then we went to like lunch, and we started talking about like our dating lives, and I was like, I just want to let you know I'm a lesbian, but I don't think that this is a date. And then she never talked to me ever again, and I was like, that is so hard. But I thought she was really cool.
She's not.
I know, and I know I did the straight I don't, but I know a lot of straight people, I guess, but I'm not like really close with them. I do want to have more lesbian friends. I want to make more lesbian couple friends, but I feel like you have to approach both at the same time, because if you approach one, they're going to assume that you're hitting on them. And I wish I could be like, hey, dude, I'm not subtle when I hit on people. If I'm hitting on you, I will be like, I am hitting on you.
Yeah.
If I say I want to be your friend, this is not me weaseling my way into your bedroom. Like, I want to be a friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. No, I think that's so true. I feel like that's how, now that you said that, I'm like, oh, I think that's how I've gotten so many gay friends.
Yeah.
Is because when you're in a couple, you start hanging out with other couples.
Yeah.
And then it's like it like multiplies it faster. So I'm like, yeah, I just have a lot of like lesbian couple friends.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
It is really nice.
Okay, lesbian myths.
We're going to talk about some gay person. Just like, okay, yeah. So this is for what are some lesbian myths you'd like to validate or dispel?
Here we go. All lesbians are either femme or masc. No.
No, you got your butch queens.
I feel so
butches.
Gender neutral.
Androgynous?
Yeah, I guess. I feel so like no gender.
Uh-huh.
I like come out to you on this pod. No, I just not even like, because I identify as a woman.
Yeah.
But when I really think about it, I'm like, wow, I do not. I feel like when I get up in the, look how I fucking dress. I'm wearing a bluey shirt for my nephews. My nephews like bluey. I don't know. I wear this. But it's like, I just don't dress or think about my gender ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just something I thought I should say.
I think a lot of neurodivergent gays can probably agree with this, but I identify as non-binary.
Yeah.
And so like with the neurodivergent piece comes into play in that like you probably don't really consider social norms. You know already you don't care about them. So when it comes to gender roles and like what you should be performing womanhood, like you'd already reject that. So if it would make more sense that you feel like not particularly like drawn to being a woman. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
so
no,
I definitely don't consider myself femme or masc. I feel like more confident when I feel like I'm being more masc, but it changes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people can be like that.
I usually historically have dated more androgynous or masc people. I just want someone who doesn't look anything like me.
Interesting.
Because I'm also just because I'm not really attracted to myself.
Okay.
But when I get ready, I am more femme. Yes, obviously.
When you get ready for what?
Life.
Oh, I don't know when I get ready to go down on a woman.
Yeah.
Man, that's interesting. Yeah, wait, what was I gonna say? Wait, what did you just say before that?
I'm more femme.
Before that.
When I get ready.
Oh, you were saying that you're more attracted to masked people.
That's not saying that I was gonna say I've hooked up with a lot of fans. don't know. I have, but also I've dated.
But do you feel like you have a type?
Yes, I do.
I do not have a type. Every person, if I had like a photo of every person I've ever dated, they look full. There's no through line, not a single through line of any part of them. They all look so different. Height's different, everything different.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I would date someone who looked like me. Maybe that's because I'm a Leo.
Yeah.
A little attracted to myself.
I love a person who sees the gender norms, the patriarchy, grabs it by the nuts, and completely like says fuck that. Like I love when people are completely themselves.
Yeah.
I think masks are hot.
Yeah, okay.
Incredibly hot.
I think anyone who's just being very authentically themselves is hot.
Yes.
So sometimes I see someone who's very masked, but it feels so true to them and it doesn't feel like they're putting on like a show. And then there's some people on either end of the spectrum, mask or femme, where you're like, this is quite a show you're putting on. Like this is a little bit of a costume going on right here.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Another one is lesbian sex is just scissoring.
For some, I guess.
Lesbian sex is whatever you define it as. Like
people are always shocked because I'll be like I'll say like, these people had sex, or oh, I had sex outside, or something like that. They'd be like, what? Or, and then I'll explain it, and they're like, oh, that's not sex. Like, I basically consider anything past kissing sex to me. Like, I'm like, fingering is sex. Touching over the pants is sex. To me, anything sexual is sex. And I know that's wrong, but that's how I feel.
Yeah, people think that penetration is what it means to have sex, because they're like, if there's no dick, how do you have sex? It could be like, it can be eating pussy.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm sorry.
You can't get through that, can you?
You just look like you like a younger sister So, I mean, I guess my
I
sister...
look like a younger sister?
My sister's my younger sister and a lesbian, so I guess... One time Hannah said that she was the top, and I was like, stop! But, no, so, like, yeah, it could be anything. Fingers, mouth.
I mean, even words. To me, I'm like, if I am, like, sexting you,
You think that's sex? Sexting?
I don't think so. I don't think, like, in a court of law, I would be like, absolutely not. That's not sex. But to me, in my brain, if you've gone from being, once again, I can't clarify enough, this is wrong. This is not something I can have an opinion
this is
on.
Wrong?
No, I just know sexting is not sex, to be clear. But to me, I'm like, if you've gone from being, like, having a relationship that doesn't involve sex.
Yeah.
And then you go from having a relationship where things have been sexual, those are such different relationships. So to me, for me, I feel like there's been times where I've been like, I've had sex with this person to my friend, not like publicly. And maybe then they're like, we did not have sex. We just like fondled each other and made out, but it feels sexual.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah.
I wouldn't go on a public forum and be like, me and this person had sex when we really didn't, but it feels like sex to me.
I understand that. Oh, I'm having an alcoholic thought. I had such a bad relationship with sex and my body due to my Christian upbringing, so that I can count probably on both hands the amount of sober sex I've had in the past couple years. So I always had to get drunk just because, not like because to do gay things, but to like it sort of suppress that shame a little bit.
Yeah.
And so Naomi and I actually go to couples therapy because when I got sober, it's like night and day difference of like how I perceive so many things in the world, like from driving to parties to social interactions to being intimate. And so like we're working through that together. But like, what was I saying with this? Yeah. So, what was I saying with this? Sex, like with sex, I used to put almost no meaning to sex before, like, cause I was always just like, this is something you do to make someone love you. And and so now that I'm sober, and I'm like, I have to have sober sex, it's gotten a lot more meaning, so I can understand like what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like back in the olden days, I would have said sex means nothing, but now I say like sex is very intimate.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, duh. Duh.
Yeah, well, and then some sex isn't. Like, I know, but, but it does feel like, but yeah, it is intimate. So it does feel like if I have not, and once again, I know this is not what sex is, but like if we were just, me and a person are just chatting as friends.
Yeah.
And then we like even just like finger each other and do dirty talk. I'm like, that's so intimate.
Yes, that is.
That's more intimate than penetrative sex.
Well, fingering is penetrate. You are penetrating.
But you know what I mean? Like people would be like, sex is like, I don't know.
Sex is what you want.
I feel like people have been like, not people who are up to date with things, or people who are non-gay.
Yeah.
People who are not lesbians would be like, people are always like, how do you have sex?
Yeah.
Do you have to have a strap on? Like they can't understand sex without a penis.
Yeah.
So I don't remember what I was getting at there, but
no, I understand.
I guess just like, I feel like I'll be telling a story, I'll be like, me and this girl had sex, and she'll be like, really? You had sex? How, I didn't even know that happened. I'm like, well, I guess we didn't technically have sex.
Yeah.
But we like we're dirty with each other.
Yeah.
I'm like an 8-year-old. You know what I mean?
I think gay sex makes me so self-conscious because I've hooked up with so many people where I see them nude and they have like either no razor burn, or like their body is all
your body's just covered in razor burn.
No, I mean or like their body is all one color, or like they're perfect, like there's no rough patches, or like they have like really nice broad like they have everything that I've ever wanted, and I'm like, what? Like that's just like when it was dudes, I pretty much wasn't thinking about it because like, but like
because how can you compare your body to
and so like seeing, I've hooked up with a girl who I've said this story before. She had like her butthole was the same color as the rest of her body. Like it wasn't even a bit darker.
She probably bleaches it.
But even so, I was looking at it, the eye of the beast. But it was lovely. But like, I was like, how is it so
perfect? The
same color as your skin.
This is why I think I should be a nudist. I really do think this because I have a lot of insecurities, but when I'm naked, I feel very confident. Even if I was with, I think if I was like with a Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah.
Not that that's like the most, but you know what I mean? Like if I was with someone who I maybe didn't have the insecurities I have, I would still, if I was naked, if I was clothed, I'd feel insecure. If I was naked, I would be like, I look awesome.
No, yeah, I am so insecure when I'm naked, just naked. But if I'm naked in front of a mirror, I feel better about myself. It's like how dancers like get better when they're in front of a mirror.
Yeah.
Like I was like, when you're looking down, everything just looks kind of. I look like that one. What's the Jack Skellington?
Jack Skellington?
You know the Nightmare Before
Yeah.
Christmas.
Oh.
You know that
No,
girl who's like a patchwork, like
Yeah.
my body looks like it was donated from a bunch of different corpses. And so like, but when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, that looks great.
Don't say that about my friend Sarah. Come on.
Let's dispel another
Every
myth.
lesbian U-Hauls.
Not every.
No.
I historically very avoidant. The idea of U-hauling absolutely sends chills down my spine.
There we go. Yeah, I was insecure attachment, so I probably had a more tendency to U-Haul, but then I would dip really fast because I would be so enthralled in the relationship that it would give me so much anxiety that I would break up immediately. So I used to, before I got therapy, would U-Haul date someone for like 2 months and be obsessed with them, and then I would break up with them within a day. Like I would just be like, actually, never mind. And they would be like, I feel insane. And I would be like, yes, I am so sorry. You should feel insane. I'm crazy. But now I feel like it's easy to U-Haul for me emotionally with someone, but I really, like with my partner now, we didn't move in together for a really long time.
Yeah.
Like, cause we made an active decision to be like, we don't need to move in together that fast.
This is so sad. For the longest time, could not believe that anyone would ever love me.
Yeah.
And so the reason why I was so avoidant is like when they did start to like develop like deeper feelings, I got pissed because I thought they were lying to me and I thought that they were like making fun of me.
Yeah.
And so like I just wanted to like repel them in any sort of way.
Yeah.
Which does suck. And I do apologize, but like and I'm working on that in therapy. That's actually what comes up. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's so hard. That's why I do feel like I have so much, like, I don't have a single ex that I'm like, fuck that person. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, even if because, you know, when I guess, and I've even had exes who've been assholes. I've also been an ex that's probably considered an asshole. But I guess I'm just like, unless they're being abusive, to be clear. But I've had definitely exes who've been toxic to me. Mm-hmm. And I think I look back, especially because at the time I was like 18, 19, and so were they. I am just like, when you are dating in general, it brings out the most like hidden parts of yourself that are so scary and like you don't have to deal with ever. And it brings up so much trauma and it's very triggering, like all of those things. So I think I just have so much leeway with people who are my exes. Because I'm like, they were kind of an asshole, but like, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to date, you know?
I have dated assholes, and since I'm an alcoholic, there's like a step coming up about making amends. There are some people I truly do need to apologize to. And so I feel like I don't really have any ill will towards anyone.
Yeah.
But if people I do need to apologize to some people.
Yeah. Do you have to like meet with them? Or can you just like text them?
I don't think, I mean, you could text them, you could write them a letter. I just want to like make them validate their feelings. Like, I was pushing you away. Like, that's not fair. Like, just sort of that. Like, I mean, they get more specific, but yeah. So I don't have any person in my brain right now that I'm like, fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, I think. That's good. Lesbians hate men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, you're not gay because you hate men. Like, gay men are not gay because they hate women. That would mean that all straight men are gay. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we hate men because we're on the outside. If you, like, look at them.
It's hard to not when you're looking in from the outside and you have nothing to gain from them.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, why would I? And I have a lot of men in my life I adore.
Yeah.
I do. I have some, but it's more of like the general, I think a lot of men hate men. Like, men who are from my friends are like, yeah, I hate men in general because they're harmful and they grew up with like being trained by society to be bad to women. Yeah. So I don't consider like the men who I have in my life to be a part of that group of men, if that makes sense.
Yes. I understand.
But I don't hate men. I hate men, and I would also say I hate men Let me start
Mankind.
over, mankind. No, I hate men the same way I hate like women who are misogynistic. You know what I mean? I'm like, I
Yeah.
hate misogyny, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't hate feminist men.
Yeah.
Femme lesbians aren't real lesbians. They don't look gay enough. I'm not.
We're not going to do this. I literally looked through a listicle and I was like, let's dispel these rumors.
That's a great one to put. That's not true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lesbians just haven't met the right man yet. I've met more men than I have women. That's what I'll tell you.
This is saying, okay, you know when there's a saying that people start saying with good intention, but they don't consider a certain group of people? The saying, everyone's just a little bit bi, is a funny thing to apply to a lot of people. However, if you say that to me, you are saying that I just haven't found the right man yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you. People say that everyone's a little bit bi, and I was like, I'm not. But
Yeah, I'm not a little bit bi at all. And so, like, I understand that it came from originally, not a place of malice.
no, yeah.
But don't say that to me.
Yeah.
And then in a lesbian relationship, the mask is always the man. No.
No.
Naomi is it is super mask androgynous. Their goal is more androgyny. But when they go from the streets to the sheets, they're just I know, I
Yeah.
don't want to embarrass them, but like baby talk, like, and I love treating them like, I just love spoiling them, and we don't really, I mean, I do drive them, but like, there's no real gender roles. Also, they don't have a car, so
Yeah.
they're driving my car.
Yeah.
But like, I don't really apply like any sort of traditional roles to. I don't expect Naomi to like kill bugs.
Yeah.
They would never. Or like, actually, I do most of the fixing, and I do like to throw them around. Like, I mean, like I can pick them up.
Physically throw them around.
Yeah, because it's funny. But
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm if we're going to go by men and women,
yeah,
I feel like I'm the woman publicly, privately.
to straight people, I guess.
No, like to the world. Like when me and my partner are out in public,
Yeah.
I'm more the female in the relationship.
Quote,
The
unquote,
the
yes.
Yeah, obviously this is stupid,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? Like I'm more of the like scared of bugs. Yeah, this is so stupid, but you know what I mean. If
Yeah.
we're going by like who's the man and who's the woman, you know, I scared of bugs. They're a little more, you know, we're the pants in the relationship, public, whatever. But then in private, I think it does a 180. I do feel, but I don't know. But it's not based on how we dress in any way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with how we present. And I feel like in every relationship I've had, yeah, the way we dress has absolutely nothing to do with who would be like the
man.
quoted the man or the woman.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about, that was fun. I hope you guys learned something. So this is the abridged version. You know, let's talk about, like, June is Gay Pride Month, LGBTQ. It came about, it's celebrated each year in the month of June to honor the 1969 Stonewall Uprising in Manhattan. It was a tipping point in gay liberation movement in the U.S. There is so much more to be said about everything, but we're just gonna run through some stuff because I thought it'd be funny as gay content creators to talk about rainbow washing.
Yeah.
What is it? It's a term for a marketing tactic where brands use performative activism for commercial gain. Brands will commodify their support for the LGBTQ community during Pride without taking any further action to demonstrate their support.
Yeah.
So Kendahl, have you done any Pride ads?
I've done a lot of them.
Same. I absolutely have too.
Yeah, I've done a lot, and I'm doing a couple now. You know, it's tough out there. I'm trying to go on a vacation.
I've if I can, I mean, the thing is I need to make money. Also, a lot of my fun stuff does truly come from Spencer's. So I'm like, yeah.
So do you only work with a brand if you really like them?
Yes. I'm trying to think about if I've worked with someone who I didn't really like them. Yeah, like Spence. I've worked for Spencer's
love
before.
Spencer's.
And Tampax, and like I was
Yeah, I
like,
do like Tampax.
I use these, you know.
Yeah.
Like it would. I mean, you'd have to really go through and be like, what does Sarah not actually use? I'm actually using Duolingo to learn German.
Yeah.
If you watch my Instagram story at all, like, I hate eating, so I do use meal prep stuff. Like it's like
You hate eating or you hate cooking?
both. I hate eating and
Wow,
cooking. It's like a
incredible.
chore. Yeah.
Wow. Cannot relate to that's wow. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about Pride? What about rainbow washing?
The thing is also I have worked in advertising and I have been a copywriter and I've worked with a lot of different brands, both as a creator and as writing the ads. And it really does suck on the inside as a copywriter to see a lot of brands truly, they don't go beyond Pride Month. Like, they don't do anything. They just want to, like, be in the...
Do you think it would be better for them to just not say anything at all?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't know. Yeah. I haven't thought of a thought, so I don't know why I'm talking.
Let us know.
Okay, we're going to be talking about some notable Pride ads and rainbow washing fails.
Yes.
So there was a Postmates ad.
Yeah.
They had a bottom-friendly menu.
Yes. And while it is funny to me, the brand itself is not gay. So even if gay copywriters wrote that stuff, it's probably not their joke to make. You can say that for literally any other marginalized group. If if the brand is not explicitly of that marginalized group, even if the copywriter behind the text is of that marginalized group, you shouldn't be putting it out there.
Yeah, there's been some really bad ones.
Yeah.
Not even just with Pride, but there's been, Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it is a slippery slope. It's hard because you want to hear more like...
Yeah.
I feel like the brand could be like, well, we want the people advertising for Pride Month to be gay people.
Yeah.
So then they hire a big group of gay people who are making a bunch of gay jokes. And I'm like, it theoretically is great. But then I think it's always tough, slippery slope.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on rainbow washing, Sarah?
I think it's bad to not... I think you can do Pride ads in June as long as you are also supporting the LGBTQ plus community throughout the entire year. Like, you don't stop your activism as soon as July hits, you know?
To me, and once again, this might be something that if I did a little more research, I'd say, Kendahl, I disagree with past you. But I do feel like I think it's very problematic, and there are brands that do this that are actively donating and fighting against LGBTQ plus people, and then they're posting Pride ads. That feels truly bizarre. Or like Chick-fil-A always has gay people in their commercials, and I'm like, this is weird.
No, yeah, one of these is Trump campaign's "Make America Great Again" Pride hat. It was from the actual Trump administration.
Insane.
I was like, are you out of your ever-loving mind?
Insane. So I think that is very problematic. I do think it's very problematic to only, even, I guess, post a Pride ad, but then do nothing actually for gay people. But I do think there's something to be said about, like, having just an overwhelming amount of gay stuff, like, and rainbows and gay pride stuff all over this whatever city you live in.
Yeah.
As if you're a kid who like lives in a really unsupportive family, but then you go to like Walmart, who I have a feeling does not support gay people really. Maybe they do, but then you go into Walmart and there's a big thing that's like gay pride.
Yeah.
I think there's something nice about that. But yeah, of course I wish that they did more, but I do think sometimes rainbow washing does just accumulate a bunch of brands saying they like gay people, and even if that's not true, I think a lot of people still see that.
Yeah.
And that can be nice. I don't think it's not problematic, but you know what I mean.
I just also want to remind the audience that I had to throw this research together last night, and I also had to write some stuff, but there is so much more to be said, and it's so much more that both Kendahl and I could read on rainbow washing and notable moments, but hey buddy, this is our month. We can dick around on our month.
Yeah.
We talked about
fingering for 2
gay
hours.
sex when we came out, alcoholism, showing our butts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is our
This is our episode. This is our time.
this is our time.
I feel like we weirdly don't talk about being gay that much.
We really
We
should.
talk about it more.
Well, I mean, like, it's like what's
I sometimes I don't know what to say. Even with this, it was like, what's it like being gay? I'm like, I don't fucking know. It's just being gay.
Yeah.
I don't feel, but I'm sure other people feel differently.
Yeah.
And I think I feel very lucky
yeah.
that I don't feel like being gay is a huge part of my life because it just is like normal. And I'm surrounded by people who treat it as that.
Yeah.
So I think that is a privilege on my end.
Yeah, being gay is a big part of my life. There was a question that I didn't answer. What was like, were your parents supportive? And the thing is like, no, and they are homophobic, but like, they didn't really like me anyway. So like, nothing changed, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, I could be gay or not gay, they'd still be like,
Yeah.
Sarah, you're weak. Yeah, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's honestly, it's okay. I have a chosen family. I will
Yeah.
tell you that navigating the gay world sober is very hard because a lot of events are about alcohol.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is about going to like AA as like a sober gay person is that there's a lot of, usually people realize that they're an alcoholic like later on in life. So I meet like a lot of elder gays and I get to learn a lot from them that I would not regularly have known,
Yeah.
you know? And so it's a Silver Lining
Silver
playbook.
Lining,
I
really,
love
if you think
that
about it.
movie with
Yeah,
Jennifer
Silver Lining playbook. Yeah.
Hewitt,
Lawrence.
Lawrence, yeah.
Yeah. And
Matthew Broderick.
Really?
Nope.
I don't think so.
No, Matthew McConaughey.
Nope.
No,
No.
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper. There it is. I
Yeah.
can remember it either. I kept wanting to say Brad Pitt. Well, I'm happy we're gay.
I'm happy that we're both gay, and I'm happy that we also have allies in the studio tonight. We have Kendahl's mom, Darla.
She's here. She came all the way out. She's so excited.
I'm really excited to meet her. So if you could
I'll go grab her.
get out of here so I can talk to your meemaw.
I'll go grab her. I love being gay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. And we're back with Darla, Kendahl's mom and ally of the LGBTQ plus community. How are you doing today, Darla?
Oh my gosh. I am so happy to be here, Sarah. I love being on this gay show.
Thank you for being on. Where are you from, Darla?
I am from Minnesota.
Okay, yeah.
That's where Kendahl was born and raised. And oh my gosh, I've been listening to every single episode of the frickin' podcast.
Okay,
Seriously,
thank
have
you.
not missed a single one. And you know what? Sometimes you guys talk about things that are a little bit dirty.
Yeah.
I've had to look up a lot of terms on Google. But I just adore you guys. I'm so excited to be here. And I'm so excited that I was chosen to be on Pride Month.
Well, we couldn't choose my mom, but thank you, Darla.
I'm going to get her phone number or her email or something because I have some choice words for her.
Thank you.
That's what I'll tell you.
So, did you always know that Kendahl was gay?
No, I did not know.
Really?
No, I had no idea. I think she was just so into improv and so into Sparts and student council, and I just didn't really think about it. And I loved spending time with her so much.
Yeah.
So I just didn't care that she wasn't going out on dates because I said more movie nights at home for me.
That's so sweet.
It was, you know what, we had a good time.
Oh, that's so nice.
But then when she was around 17, I started to think maybe. My husband would always be like, I think Kendahl's gay. And I would say, don't say that because you know what? That's her journey to go on. But I also didn't want her to hear me say that because I didn't want her to think she couldn't come out. But then when she finally told me, I had a sigh of relief.
Okay.
I really did because I wanted her to be able to feel like she could tell me that.
Yeah, and it also explains the improv.
Right, exactly. Exactly. And her team, there was a girl on that team that she was always trying to hang out with. I said, I think that maybe she's got a little crush.
Yeah.
So things just started to make more sense. It made more sense why she was so obsessed with Emma Stone.
Oh, yeah.
She loved Emma Stone. I was like, I've never seen someone be so obsessed with Emma Stone. She's just like a normal actress. She's gorgeous.
She is.
Just normal. I just didn't understand why. So it made a lot of things cleared up for me, which was nice.
Yes, that's really good. So who is your favorite LGBTQ plus celebrity?
Oh my gosh, that's hard. JVN.
Oh, yeah.
I love JVN.
Yeah.
And Anthony and Tien and Caramo. And Bobby. I can't pick my favorite.
Yes.
If you don't know, that's the cast of Queer Eye. I've applied
Really?
so many times, I've had to, I've made an application for myself.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to be nominated by someone. But
Yeah.
I have my life pretty together, so no one's ever nominated me, and they don't usually come. They haven't come to Minnesota yet.
Yeah.
But for, last year, I didn't brush my hair for like 6 months, hoping someone would nominate me,
Oh.
and nobody did.
That's sad that no one noticed your rat's nest in the back.
Nobody noticed. Well, I always have my hair up in a bun, so maybe that was why. But, and I'm getting older, so people aren't maybe being too harsh on my looks anymore. I don't know. But nobody noticed and nobody nominated me, so that's my dream. So, Karamo, if you're listening, I would love to be on the show.
She's a mess.
I'm a disaster. Seriously. Well, I'm an empty nester.
So I'm gonna let's you guys reach out if you want to fix her, but I think you're perfect just the way you are.
Thank you, Sarah.
So I want to quiz you on some queer vocabulary.
Okay.
Do you know what a top is?
A top. Like a spaghetti strap.
In a sense,
Spaghetti strap or a cardigan.
in that it goes on the body.
It goes on like a top that you would wear or a top you would spin. Maybe it's a gay ballerina. A gay ballerina? Is that right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I got it. Oh my gosh, I did not think I was going to get that one. I'm so bad with vocabulary. I'm shocked. Wow. Yeah, gay ballerina.
Do you know what it means to be a U-Haul lesbian?
A U-Haul lesbian.
Yeah.
I don't want to be offensive.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's because my guess maybe would be taken that way. So just edit it out if it's not. But it's like some lesbians. Oh, I don't know if I can say this. They dress kind of like long haul truck drivers. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, it is a lesbian with a commercial truck driver's license.
Okay. Wait, are you serious?
No, it's
Oh,
actually
it's not right.
it's lesbians who move in together very quickly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, I actually did that with my first husband, so that's not just lesbian.
Your first husband?
Yeah.
You were married once before?
Once before, and we moved in very fast.
Yeah.
We moved in very fast because he had a ice maker in his fridge,
Uh-huh.
and I wanted a piece of that. That's what I'll tell you. I did. I seriously. So I moved in with him.
Well, it's hard to come by ice in Minnesota.
Seriously. Well, they don't tell you that when you move there, but it's true.
It's all brown.
Yeah.
So, what is a twink?
A twink. That's a gay term.
Yes.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. That's all I can think. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder how gay you are. That's what I would say to my daughter every night as she would fall asleep.
I think
How I
when
wonder
you,
how gay you are.
I think when you see a twink, the last thing on your mind is, I wonder how gay they are.
Okay.
'Cause you
Wait,
know-
that's a hint. That's a hint.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a lesbian
It's
kissing another lesbian?
That's just kissing. That's gay kissing. So twink is a type of look from a young gay man.
A type of look, like he
Yes.
gives you a sexy look?
It's to some, yes.
Okay. All right. Sexy look. Okay. All right. Well, then
oh, no,
then
it's-
I'm a twink because I'm looking at all these gay men and I think they're so sexy.
I know, you got your eyes on the Fab Five.
Okay, but seriously, Anthony is so cute.
He is.
And Caramo.
Yeah.
They're all cute, but Caramo
Yeah.
and Anthony are really, really cute. So
So
I'm a twink for them. Twink for Queer Eye.
Do you have any plans for Pride?
I'm gonna go to the Pride Parade
Which
with my
one?
daughter. Well, we're going to Minnesota Pride.
Yeah.
I'm begging to go to San Francisco Pride
Okay.
because I feel like that's the OG.
Yeah.
I would like to go.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that. I got a shirt. Oh my gosh. I got this shirt that says Gatorade. It says sipping on Gatorade.
Yes.
But it's spelled gay and it has a pride flag. So I'll be wearing that all month. I'm donating.
Yeah.
Lots of donations
What are you donating?
to charities.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm donating. I'm donating money and other things. Yes. Donating
Any specific
organs.
things? Yes.
Organs. Donating my organs.
Well, God.
So to all the gay people out there, that's who I'm donating them to. So I'm doing a lot of that. I'm having a gay game night. It's called Game Night, but spelled gay. I'm doing that with all my girlfriends. Not dating girlfriends, but friend girlfriends. That's confusing. So I have a lot of plans. I'm just trying to make the most of it. Read a lot. I've been hearing I should really be educating myself. So that's what I try to do.
Yeah, you definitely got to read a lot in the community.
Yeah.
If you want to get anywhere. So, what should you say to parents? What would you say to parents who aren't supportive of their LGBTQ plus kids? Like, what would you say?
I would say screw you.
Yeah.
Seriously. But I seriously would because you know what? I've had a lot of kids. You cannot choose how they turn out. As much as you try, you cannot. There is absolutely nothing wrong with being gay, but if you are a parent who is expecting your kid to turn out a certain way, you can say goodbye to that dream because it's a waste of your freaking time. Mm-hmm. Kids, you cannot. All you can do is love them.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. Even if they're into a hobby you think is a little weird. My daughter golfed for years. You think that was cool?
And you
think
didn't know
I
if
thought
she was gay.
you know what? I was stupid. I was a twink.
No.
Right? Is that how you say it?
No.
I didn't understand. I didn't see that as being gay, no. But I wasn't like, oh, that's so cool. My daughter does go. But you show up and you support and you cheer for them. I was so bored at those things.
Yeah.
It was hot. I was carrying around her clubs. I was so just over it. But I still cheered and cheered and cheered. And that's like with being gay. Just be supportive because you know what?
Yeah.
On your deathbed, not yours, Sarah, but somebody who's unsupportive of their kids, on their deathbed, they will regret it because your kid is not going to ungay themselves. That doesn't work. Mm-hmm. It does not work. So you will lose that relationship and you will regret that.
You hear that, Mom? What would you say to an LGBTQ plus youth out there who isn't accepted by their family?
You know what? Is that your family is so small. Mm-hmm. It's so small and the world is so big. And there are people out there who adore you and love you and they are going to find you one day. And even though in your small family, in your small town, it can feel like the whole world, it's not. And there are tons of people out there who think you're a rock star. That's what I would say.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that. I think your family is so random. But what's cool about a chosen family is that you can choose them.
And I will be everyone's mom.
Yeah.
I will be everyone's gay mom. I'm not gay, but they'll be gay, and I'm their mom.
Yes.
I'm a twink mom.
Yes, you are. Well, you heard it here first, folks. If you're gay, that's okay by Kendahl's mom.
Oh, yes. I seriously think that. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I feel seriously honored to be interviewed by you. You're such a good journalist, and
Thank you.
I'm so honored to be on this show. Happy Pride, everybody. I hope you celebrate big. Celebrate big.
Yeah, and you sound like a great mom, and your daughter's very cool as well.
Oh, my gosh. I love her so much. I love you. And I love you so much, Sarah. I know I just met you, but I love you.
Thank you. I love you, too. All right. Bye.
Bye. Well, isn't she just adorable?
Your mom is a hoot and a half.
She's so cute. And I mean, I thought it would be nice to bring her on because I know that a lot of people don't have supportive parents, and she can be your supportive parent. She really loves all the gays so much.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, that interview was deeply triggering.
Yeah, are you okay?
Yes, it's okay.
You guys hugged for a lot of it, I heard. You just kind of did a long hug.
Yeah.
Hopefully maybe they edited it out, I don't know.
Hopefully they did.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you.
I'm sure you are saying it, and I'm sure you're saying it, I just can't hear it because you're not in the room, but thank you so much. I'm going to try to have a lot of fun on my Alaskan cruise.
And I'm going to try to get these tonsil stones out of my throat. And make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. And make sure to listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any place you get your podcasts. The BCC Club, new episodes every Wednesday. This was our Free for All Pride episode.
Free for All Pride because they said we can't tell them what to do during Pride.
No, and so happy Pride to all the gays out there. And allies, I'm just going to acknowledge you without thanking you because it's not about you. And we will talk to you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.